Okay folks, we're back after it again. I know it's been a while since I've done a video, but it's been really hot. I haven't been anywhere on any trips or anything, and I've just been staying close to the house and waiting on this weather to break. And it seems like we're starting to get a break in the weather, so I want to get you caught up on what I've been into. Okay, here's a picture of my beans here. What I did was I drove some T-posts into the garden area, and then I bought some cattle panels and I tied them to the T-post. That way the green bean vines would grow up onto the cattle panel, and it's worked pretty good. But I think next year I'm probably going to try to trellis that, maybe spread the rows out a little bit more and get a couple of cattle panels and bend in an arch shape between the rows. That way the vines would continue to grow on up. I tried my hand at sweet potatoes this year. Don't know how they're going to turn out. They still got a couple weeks before they're fully matured, so I'll let you know how they turned out once I dig them up. Here's my tomato plants. I grew regular tomatoes and cherry tomatoes, and all this dry weather, it's kind of taking its toll on my garden a little bit. This is the area where I had the zucchini. The zucchini's long since played out, so we went ahead and pulled those up. But we got some zucchini and made bread this year. Okay, here's the view of the flock that we have. The past couple weeks I've been butchering about one rooster per week. And I've got way too many roosters, so we're trying to thin the flock a little bit. With the prices going up, I found it necessary to thin the flock. We're paying roughly $1,000 a year for chicken feed, and we'd like to get that price down a little bit. So my goal is by the winter time, I'm going to have one rooster and about a half a dozen hens, and that should reduce our feed bill quite a bit. Poor thing, I worry about him not getting enough to eat. Heaven forbid he might miss a meal or two here or there. But anyway, want to talk to you about this, first off, about this drought we've been having. Here in West Virginia, we've had a lot of dry weather. It's been very, very hot. I mean, from probably the end of May up until even last week, it got, into the high 90s. I think it hit 100 one day. And today has been the first really nice day we've had to where it's been comfortable to sit outside. There's a wonderful breeze blowing right now. We've been able to shut off the AC unit and open up the windows and let the fresh air in, and that sure has been nice. But anyway, getting back to this drought conditions here, I wanted to share with you a little tip that might help you. Everybody's, or at least we're trying to conserve water, and a tip that we use to conserve water is that we are collecting water from our dehumidifier. We have one of the freestanding dehumidifier that we use in the house, and if we turn that on and let it run after a few hours, we get like 3/4 of a gallon of water. And what I do is I transfer that out of the holding tank, and you'll have to excuse me, I'm entertaining cats here. Okay, I hope that's better now. I had to get up a little bit. I love my cats, but sometimes they can be, little pests, so I have to do what I have to do. Anyway, okay, Tom Giddy. Anyway, I empty the tank on the dehumidifier, and I will use that to water the outside animals, these cats right here and the chickens. and I've also been filtering some of that water, and I will use that for our drinking water. The tap water is pretty nasty up here, so we have to filter that. And we've also been rotating some of our bottled water out of our water storage. We have a hand dug well that we can get water out of, but we've needed to rotate some of the water stored that we've had in the cellar, and so that's what we've been doing. Okay, hopefully I have gave the cats the slip for the time being. It's just kind of hard to talk to you and concentrate when I've got cats demanding attention. But anyway, yeah, I hope the tip with the dehumidifier helps you out if you're been suffering through a drought like we have. Any little thing you can do to save energy or save water will benefit you in the long run. Also, speaking of energy, we've been notified that our electric bill is going to go up, and that went into effect September 1st, which today's Labor Day, so there you go. The next bill we'll see an increase. So that's another reason that we've opened up the windows and trying to save a little money like that. Are you seeing these yellow jackets? My goodness, they've been a real pest this year. I think they've been looking for moisture or whatever, and they haven't got a whole lot of it. But anyway, I foresee hard times coming. I know I talk about these things sometimes, but I just wanted to let you know what it's just a feeling I've got based on current events globally and here in the United States where I'm at now. Right now, all over social media, you've got this thing with the Venezuelan gang. Don't ask me to pronounce their name. I would butcher it badly. But anyway, there's been some happenings in Aurora, Colorado, and word has it that the Hells Angels are going up there to intervene in that situation. I don't know if that's true or not. I hope it's not. I hope a lot of that stuff is just rumors, and the people up there aren't having to go through that stuff. But I've heard enough scuttlebutt about that to where I believe there is some truth to it. Look, I can tell you, in a former life, I've ridden in 3 different motorcycle clubs. Now, I've left that lifestyle and that life far behind me. It's been over 20 years since I've been involved in anything like that. But I can tell you that those guys, any 1% club, if they get involved in something like that, those guys are no joke. They mean business, and they're not going up there to play around. The only way I could see them getting involved in anything like that is if somebody either threatened or harmed somebody that they care about, whether it was a family member, a club member. It would have to be somebody really, really close to the club for that to happen. But if that did happen, I feel sorry for them Venezuelan boys. That's all I can say. Because the Hells Angels are a worldwide organization, and they could call as many people in there as they felt like they needed to. And, they've got just as many weapons, if not more, as them Venezuelan boys. I'd probably say more. So I hope that's not the case, but that's just an excellent example of where I think that the country is headed. this open border policy that that we've been kind of experimenting with, that is going in the wrong direction, and I fear if we don't put a stop to it, that more and more situations like this are going to keep popping up throughout the country. I'm all for immigration, but it has to be done right. And you cannot have people just crossing the border freely, especially military-aged males. Military-aged men should be in their own country, and they should be trying to make their own countries better. I'm all for us taking in like refugees, let's say if they're from a war-torn country like the Ukraine or somewhere like that, and you have widows and orphans and people like that trying to flee a war-torn area. Yes, by all means, let's take them in, let's help them. But military-aged men ought to be in their own countries trying to set things right if that's what needs to be done. And having said all that, I think I'm gonna wrap this up. That's about all I have to say on the matter. But I just hope that you are raising a garden, you are thinking ahead, and putting a plan in place of what you would do in case, well, not in case, but when times get harder. And I hope this finds you and your families well, and we'll see you in the next video.